How are you, folks? Welcome to the big show on a dirty Monday. 833-599-NICK. 833-599-6425. 833-599-6425 is the phone number. Hello to all you Michaels that you're about to become Vitos. Not Guidos, Vitos. I'll read this because I had Priscilla type it out for me. It was my words. The geniuses at Patreon sent all creators an email telling us that patrons would no longer receive content if they weren't signed up to a specific tier starting November 7th. I had to create a new tier level at $15 for all the people who pledged between $5 and $29 a month, but didn't belong to a specific tier. And I had to steal the Michael name because you guys give more. So I created the Vito level for you to move to, and this existing tier is dead and no content will come to it. Everything is exactly the same in the $30 Vito tier, except you need to move there. Don't worry, because I've had it with Patreon shit. I don't know what, you know what it is? They're liberals running a business and don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I'm working on our own place. I'm looking for another place to put this show. You are not allowed, I repeat, not allowed to give more than the tier amount anymore, or you won't receive the content. I have no idea how this benefits creators or patrons that want to give more than the defined tier amounts or even Patreon. Is that not liberalism defined? It's clear they have no fucking idea what they're doing and their heads are up their asses. Don't worry, I've had it with their shit and I'm working on a new place, which I am. In the meantime, you have to move to your new $30 tier by clicking here and selecting the Vito tier by November 7th, or you won't be able to see anything. Here's where you need to go. Patreon.com/pledges. Patreon.com/pledges. And I'm really sorry about this because it's a pain in the fucking ass. It's what it is. And that's what I stressed when I started this whole thing. I said to the people that were surrounding me, it has to be easy. I mean, because a lot of people are my age, even younger than me, the minute they hit subscribe or whatever, they get turned off. You got to make it retarded proof. And I am proof that retarded people can do this for a living. So anyways, real quick, my tour dates, still my bread and butter. This Tuesday, that's tomorrow night. Fat Black Pussycat in New York City. My old buddy Andy Fiore, my producer from the radio show at Sirius, is opening for me. He's very funny. Friday and Saturday, November 9th and 10th, this weekend, that's Comics at Mohegan Sun, Uncasville, Connecticut. Saturday, November 17th, the Comedy Shop, Bud Lake, New Jersey. Friday, November 30th, Saturday, December 1st, the Corner Comedy Club, Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. And then New Year's Eve, I cannot wait for this, Monday, December 31st, to ring in 2019, the Tarrytown Music Hall, Tarrytown, New York, 20 minutes from here. It's one of the most beautiful theaters you'll ever set foot in. Saturday, January 12th, Fairfield Theater in Fairfield, Connecticut. Saturday, January 19th, Bobby V's, Windsor Locks, Connecticut. Jason, don't forget about the sound. We play with the thing. I like it loud. I don't know why. Maybe because I was a Van Halen fan, and it comes out a little crunchy sometimes. That's good right there. I don't know. It sounds good. I don't like to eat the mic, so whatever. Anyways. Obviously tomorrow, November 6th, midterm elections. God damn it, you old Christy. Crusty white old people. Get out and vote. I don't need to tell you that because you're more responsible than most demographics. Nick, what do you mean by that? I think it's still allowed, Jace, no?
Sounds good in the output. We can.
Oh, all right. Now then leave it. Leave it be. We let the fucking patrons decide. And by the way, we stream live today. It's Monday.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Facebook and YouTube.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Yeah.
I want all of you to enjoy your cake.
Here's the motto for the show.
Enjoy.
You've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God
damn it!
My life has value.
Sounds like my dad at breakfast every morning in high school.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
That's my dad after I cut the grass. Real fucking... for the love of Pete. All right already. Cardiogram was good. Thank you to Governor's Comedy Club, Levittown, Long Island. This weekend, both Saturday night shows packed to the gills. Couldn't fucking move in there. And James, the guy who runs the place, bought us about $200 worth of Chinese food. I ate about 140 of it before the second show. And just love it down there. You know what's weird? And here's a phenomenon for you comics. If you may or may not be politically correct, lean right like I do. And this has been going on for about 10 years now. The second show is now the PC show. Why is that, Nick? Because that was always the rowdier show. But the second show, the younger people come out, and they're filled with that fucking PC mush from their lesbian professors at NYU and elsewhere. And they were kind of touchy. It was like being in Manhattan. It was still good. Still fucking good. Both shows. First show, my God, I should have shot an album the first show. Did an hour and 5 minutes on both shows and spilled my guts. I'm like Wayne Newton up there in his teens when he was in the Girl Scouts. I really let it fly. But it's a great hangout. It's one of my favorite spots. Louis C.K., a couple weekends ago, he pops up and makes appearances, and Governor's was one of his places. Why is that? Because it's they turned it from a shitty club into a great club. That's all there is to it. They redid the inside, and they treat you right. It's a family-run operation, and you angry Jews and Italians that live in Long Island, you Levittown, and you vote like I did, except for the second show. A couple tables are going, ooh, at every fucking joke, and I go, listen, you Hillary voting ass fucks. To which they responded, yes. So what are you doing? And they came around. And the people, here's what I love. I'm from Boston, and I get people from Brooklyn coming up after the show going, I've been following you for 25 fucking years. That's bittersweet. It makes me excited, yet realize I'm in my late 80s. But like I said, Louis didn't choose that by accident, that club. Even the movie The Comedian with De Niro shot scenes at Governor's Comedy Club. And also, what's his name? Pete Holmes and his shit show, that fucking faggot, with his crashing. Wish he'd crash on the LIE, head on into a fucking bridge abutment. He's everything that's wrong with comedy, by the way. If you like him, you're a big girl. A big one. Fucking 6'5", fucking 456. This is what you sound like when you're having breakfast. That's an elephant. I don't know how it comes across with the module. Please tell me what to... Oh, yeah, it's the fucking musical summit. When I was young, it seemed life was wonderful, a miracle. Oh, it was beautiful, magical. And all the birds in the trees, they died of cancer so quick. It was joyfully... or playfully watching me. Anyways, back to the show. What did I do? I watched, and I'm not exaggerating. Here's my new thing, folks. On Saturday, I had to leave here to get the Governor's. I had to leave here at like 5:30, which is right in the prime time of college football, my favorite sport. What did I do when I got up at noontime on Saturday? I DVR'd 7-8 games. And somehow didn't know the results to any of them. So when I get home, that's right, I'm up from 1 in the morning until 7:45 watching college football. Is there something wrong with Nick? Yes, there is. The NFL sucks a bag of fucking donkey dicks. It's the fucking worst it's ever been. I know you young people think it's great. You're a victim of their marketing. They're marketing geniuses. I wish I had them handle my career. But it is garbage football. It's a garbage product. They wonder why the seats are empty. I couldn't believe it. I was watching the Jets and the Dolphins, and I understand they stink. But it looked like I saw more people at the Alabama spring game. By the way, they had 100,000 at the Alabama spring game. But the NFL, the seats are empty. San Francisco, Oakland Thursday night, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the empty seats. They broke it. They broke fucking the NFL, which is impossible to do. They broke it. They broke it. A lot of it has to do, and I've talked about this before, a lot of it has to do with the ungrateful black players taking a knee with their BLM social justice horse shit when they don't even know what's going on in the world. They're fucking making millions of dollars fresh out of the ghetto. And a lot of white people said, fuck you, fuck the NFL. And that was part of it. The other part of it is, and this is the bigger part of it, the product sucks donkey dick. Watch, please, if you're a football fan, please watch college football and then try to watch an NFL game. I don't know what you're missing. LSU, Alabama, there's 102,000 people on their feet roaring for 3.5 hours, not to mention the cheerleaders that I would eat with a spoon. Nick, why do you have to? Well, okay, a fork. I don't know what you're missing, but I'm going to help the NFL out. I've been watching this shit since 1968. I was 6 years old. I'm 56. 48 years. I have a trained eye. I have people watch me watch football, and they go, how did you know there was clipping? How did you even see that? I have a trained fucking eye. I really could. Honest to God, if fucking Goodell would call me into his office, I could clean up a lot of the fucking problems. I'm going to give you some of them. We'll get to the midterms in a second. Yes, we know the fucking blue wave, red states, purple balls. We know all that shit. We all know one side is right and the other side of a bunch of fucking racist, anti-white, fucking politically correct cum guzzlers. I'll get to those cum stains and those fuck sticks and those titless wonders in a few seconds. By the way, those are all slogans going on my new t-shirts. nickdip.com. Here's some rules to improve the NFL quickly, if I may. Number one, I've been talking about this since the early 80s when Howard Cosell, a great football announcer, actually pointed it out on a Monday night game. Over 65% of the kick plays have a penalty on them. You know, the push in the back rule? Get rid of it. Get the fuck... You should be able to mug and rape somebody on a punt or a kickoff from behind. I'm fucking dead. No, here's the... Allow one push in the back each half for each team. Is that fair enough? Because, like Howard Cosell said, there's 68% of the kick plays have a penalty flag, which means the rule is flawed. Not the players, it's the rule. Which is a brilliant point. And to this day, we're in 2018. He's saying this in the mid-80s. What is that, 30 years ago? Change the fucking rule. That would eliminate 5 penalties in one game right there. Get rid of that. Or allow, like I said, one for each team per half. Secondly, take the microphones away from the goddamn referees. It's like you're auditioning for America's Got Talent. These people they're on TV more than Trump. And my buddy mentioned this. I said, you know what? He's right. They have fevered egos like everybody else. Everybody in this country thinks if you're on TV, you're important. And these guys are old, white, crusty guys saying hi to their grandchildren. I'm not fucking... Get them the fuck off camera. I don't want to see them. We can hear their audio. Let them call I don't want to see them. I swear to God. Some of these people love to be on camera. It's fucking ridiculous. Not to mention, it takes an extra 30 seconds where they huddle up with the other 4 referees for 25 minutes, and then they come back and click their button. Seriously, they have fevered egos, like all of us, like me. Get them the fuck off TV. And secondly, tell them to quit huddling up for 5 minutes, even after somebody jumps off sides. What is going on? This is the shit that's killing your product, Goodell. Are you listening? Of course not. Number 3, eliminate instant replay completely. And this goes against, I was one of the biggest proponent for instant replay, saying, why should you lose a game if something, you know why? And I also said when they brought it in, only if they do it in an expeditious way, and they're not. It takes them, they're looking at a play. I see one replay and I go, that's not a catch. That ball hit the ground. They're there for 4 minutes. Get rid of it. The average American has the attention span of a crack baby. Get rid of it. I don't want replay in any sports except for baseball. Get rid of it. Football, you've ruined college football too. They review fucking touchdowns. Guy lands on the 1/2 inch line. They're reviewing it for 5 minutes when it used to be called the touchdown. You know what? Yeah, Nick, but what happens on a play that it costs a team a game? And I don't give a shit. It's part of the human element of the game. Leave it in there because they don't know how to fucking execute instant replay. It's just sucking the life. Here's one of my biggest ones. Get rid of the point after touchdown, the PAT. Is there a more anticlimactic play in sports? Ask yourself that. Ooh, I wonder if the kicker can make it. This guy he's hit field goals from over 50 yards. I wonder if he can make a 35-yarder or whatever it is now. Either that or make it more interesting. Make it a 50-yarder for the extra point. The logic, they moved it back. The logic being, let's make it more interesting. Make it a 55-yarder. Am I right? How the fuck can you argue? Or get rid of it and make them go for 2-point conversion. That's actually an exciting play. The 2-point conversion. Get rid of the PAT. These guys mastered kicking 20 years ago. The minute the soccer-style kickers got involved, they mastered it. Out of all the things in football that's evolved the most, the kicking game. These guys don't miss anymore. And get the PAT. What is it actually? You're celebrating a touchdown, and the PAT is about 6 people clap. It sucks the fucking life out. It reminds me of a comedy club. After I kill for an hour, they have the MC go up and read a bunch of announcements, who's coming to the club next week, and people aren't even listening, and they leave on a fucking low. How's that related? I don't know. It was an analogy. Get off my nipples. Shorten the play clock. Instead of, 30 seconds or 40 seconds between play, bring it down to 20. Make everybody run a hurry-up offense. I'm trying to improve your product, Adele. Are you listening? Or are you being blown right now by one of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders? Probably a male. What? Fix the kickoff. Not only don't put it back to where it used to be, now they kick off from what, the 50? I'm exaggerating. But there's no more kickoff returns, which arguably the most exciting play in all of pro sports. I want the kickers kicking off from the 10 or 15, so the guy has to return it every time. I don't give a fuck. But more players get hurt. I don't give a shit. Neither do the fans. I want to see the statistics proving that. I used to return kicks in high school and college. There is no more exciting. I got 2 hand jobs in high school because I returned kicks on consecutive weekends. True story. Not about the hand jobs, but the returns. I'm not kidding you. What is more exciting than a guy returning a kickoff? Not much. Somebody's going to get knocked out. Good. It's football. Number 7, commercial breaks. I don't know the solution because this involves money, and this is where everybody's bread is buttered. I don't know. Just start charging people. That's where the NFL games are headed. Everybody has the Sunday ticket on fucking DirecTV. As far as NBC, AB broadcast networks, just start charging people. I don't know. People watch this shit in real time. I tried watching a football game in real time this weekend. I fucking called the heroin dealer. I was like, how do you sit there? 4 minutes of commercials. They come back. Guy kicks off. Another 4 minutes of commercials. You've been watching TV for fucking 17 minutes or 9 minutes. You've seen one play, the kickoff. Run them all at halftime. I don't know the solution. I'm just telling you it's killing your product. Number 8. Change the interference rules so the defensive backs have a chance. I know you want to increase scoring because the morons need that, or at least you think the people out there need more scoring. We don't. People enjoy a good football game, whether it's 14-7 or fucking 48-40. But the defensive backs, it's become the NBA. They brush up against somebody and there's a flag. They can't play defense. It's ridiculous. And again, it adds to more penalties during the game. Did we turn this down a little? Or am I just loud?
You are just loud.
Thank you, Jason. Ryan, I'm almost done. We'll talk about girls field hockey in a few seconds, you fucker. Is this working? Yes, it is. I just gave myself the finger. That's it. Okay? Let me review. Allow one push in the back per half per team. Take the mics away from the referees who want to be in the movies. Eliminate instant replay because you don't know how to execute it without spending 5 minutes. Eliminate the pointing after because it's the most anticlimactic thing in all of pro sports. Shorten the play clock. Fix the kickoff so guys that return the kicks. It's the most exciting play in football. Commercial breaks, they'll leave it up to the titless wonders who run the networks and let defensive backs play defense, okay? You know what I masturbated to last night online, and it wasn't porn. It was Jack Tatum's greatest hits for the Oakland Raiders. This is a true story. I made an all-star team in high school, and they interviewed all the players on the team. Who was your inspiration? And almost every player said it was their dad. I said Jack Tatum. He had just paralyzed one of the Patriots. I come on, my dad goes, what the fuck? He's reading the article. A couple days later, my dad's reading the article. He goes, what did you, Jack Tatum? I go, you never showed me how to hit somebody with the crown of my fucking helmet. Anyways, midterms tomorrow. Get out and vote, you crusty old white bastards, which you do. This is why I don't believe in a blue wave. Because the Dems rely on who? Young people and a lot of fucking people who are busy in the inner cities. And they're not going to come out unless there's Popeye's chicken all over the table. They did that in Cincinnati. My brother told me. He lived in Ohio. I'm not shitting you. They bust in black people, and they had pizza and shit to get them to the fucking polls. As Republicans, you could put out caviar and shrimp and all the rich fucking shit that you believe in. But I keep hearing how this country is divided, and even people within families who vote differently are at each other's throats. And I disagree. I have footage proving that Democrats and Republicans can get along. Yeah, they are getting along. Look. There's some Republicans pulling a kid out of a public pool, a Democrat. And, and there's the Democrat not gonna. And oh, look at this! This is me on Thanksgiving with one of my cousins who votes Democrat. Bang! No. Got a chat? Is it related?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Chris Kaufman Jr.
Oh, Chris Kaufman Jr. is actually a great patron. Go ahead.
Got it. Remember, Lincoln said America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves.
That right. That is actually, who said that? Tyrone Lincoln. He was the defensive end for the Eagles in the 60s. He said, you know what? This country's going to break up from the inside, motherfucker, not the outside. Was that Abe Lincoln?
That's who he says.
Okay. Because the Russians said that too. Not Khrushchev. One of the hateful Russians. The guy that pounded the table at the UN with his shoe. You guys can...
Gorbachev?
No, Gorbachev. You're about fucking 40 years too late, Chase. It was Khrushchev, Nikolai Khrushchev, or one of those, who said that we were going to rot from the inside out. And it's true. You know why? Because this is a democracy. A democracy only works if people, in liberty, you have true liberty, you have to have some responsibility that comes with it. And we're so immature as a society, we don't have that anymore. There's no responsibility. People treat each other like shit. But that's a good point by Chris Kaufman. Chris Kaufman. It's a big thing tomorrow, though. I'm serious. Get out there. I vote all the time now. Nick, why do you vote all the time? Because I have to go down to the fire station, which is within walking distance of here. I haven't missed a vote since I moved up here into the People's Republic of Westchester. There are times when all the world's asleep, the questions run too deep for such a simple man. Won't you please, please tell me what we've learned? I know it sounds absurd. Please tell me who I am, who I am, who I am. Did. Are you guys gonna vote? I know you're in your early teens.
Hell yeah.
You gonna vote, Ryan?
Yep.
How you gonna vote, buddy? Doesn't matter. You can say that it doesn't matter here.
Democrat for governor, Republican for comptroller. I have no idea what the other roles are.
Democrat of governor of...
Yeah, New York.
Who's running again? Cuomo versus who?
It's Cuomo versus, I don't know.
You don't know who you're voting for. There you go. Here's the Democrat voter for you. No idea.
Cuomo's the Democrat.
Yes, that is true. You threw me on that one, actually. What? Oh, against Jace?
I think the guy's last name is Molinaro.
Yes, yeah. Molinaro. He makes a delicious clam soup. I've had it many times. Okay, fair enough. Jason, you voting?
I'm not, because I don't know enough about any of the candidates.
That's the fucking poor excuse. You know, you work on the Nick DiPaolo show. You know about all these fuck stains. I'm giving you a tip, Jason. Vote tomorrow. Just click Republican on everything if you want to keep your liberties and not be raped by an MS-13 gang member while you're voting. Our Father who art in heaven. Good for you, Ryan. You spoke up nicely. Voting for Cuomo. What are you, fucking communist? I'm going to dry gulch you in the driveway. Hurry up. Comedy times are wasting.
Hey, but I'm voting Republican for comptroller. It's like a New York treasurer.
Yeah, that's important. Anyways. NBC and Fox News Channel yanks Trump's ad widely seen as racist. Widely seen as racist by the mainstream media fuckstains, not by the rest of the people. I shall read on. NBC and Fox News said Monday to stop airing a campaign ad for Trump that was condemned as racist after the networks ran it during the NFL Sunday night. It must have got a good response is what it did, and somebody shit their pants. Even Fox News. Okay, is this proof to you liberals that Fox News isn't the right-wing fucking network you make it out to be? Here's the video ad. It's the caravan thing, and this is deemed racist.
Step out of the hallway.
Pause it for a second. Pause it. This is an illegal who got deported, came back, killed a couple of sheriff's deputies, and he's saying that he wants to kill more if he gets out. And which is, I don't care if it's an anecdotal. I don't care if it's one person. It's making a bigger point. But go ahead.
Kill more.
It's Bob Kelly.
Shit, I only said that regardless if I can kill too. I wish I could kill more of those. Kill more cops.
Pause it. Pause. In all fairness, this was a little misleading. These are people coming on my show in Yonkers about a month ago. I sold the place out in about 6 minutes. Go ahead.
He says he wants to apply for pardon for the felony he committed. Attempt of murder.
Attempted murder. He wants to be pardoned. Bobby Kelly. After further review, who reviewed it? Fucking Ed Hockley for the NFL referees? After further review, we recognize the insensitive nature of the ad and have decided to cease airing it across our properties as soon as possible, said an NBC rep who gobbles goo at an alarming rate. Just a PC. NBC is as bad as CNN, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember that. CNN had earlier declined to run the ad, deeming it racist. The ad was part of Team Trump's campaign to demonize immigrants as the pivotal midterms approach to fire up the president's America First nativist base. Is that what you're calling me? A nativist first? Why don't you suck a bag of shit and die? Go piss in a snowbank, ass face. Snowing somewhere in the country. The ads paint a doomsday scenario in which an invasion, in quotes, of a few thousand Central America asylum seekers. Look, it says, many of them women and children, traveling in a series of First of all, lie, fucking lie, big fucking lie. That's a big lie. There's news organizations, a whole bunch of them that are embedded with a caravan, 70% young males. So you're lying bags of shit. I'm not saying everybody in there is going to be a criminal. But for anybody to say, I want those people kept out unless they're vetted properly, does not make you a bigot or a racist, NBC, Fox News Channel. Once again, race is a litmus test as far as political correctness goes. And Fox News, which is supposedly so right-wing, doesn't even have the balls to run an ad that basically shows you the truth. After an ad, people flocked to Twitter to condemn the network for taking money to their... Let's get a tweet from Judd Apatow, a liberal from Long Island who makes garbage content, whether it's movies or TV. He says, so at NBC and at Comcast aired that racist Trump caravan commercial during the football game. Who made that decision? How did they decide it was okay? I am disgusted that you would air that after CNN refused to air it. That gives it validity. That gives Trump's point validity. The fact that CNN wouldn't air it tells me that it's not racist, Judd. Get your head out of your liberal ass and take time out for your shit show crashing. Why do you think you're important? You're another voice in LA screaming into the fucking wind. I'm disgusted that you would air that after CNN refused to air it because it's explicitly raceless. Shame on you at NBC News. Judd, this goes out to you.
You can't handle the truth.
Judd, why don't you go to the many people who lost a loved one to an illegal immigrant, and why don't you go say that to their face? Or do you not have the balls? And again, I'm not saying the majority of the caravan is criminals and shit, but there are reporters embedded of all networks that say there are. So, again, try to take off your lib glasses. So let me summarize this article. This is who thinks the ad's racist. NBC, who famously carried water for Obama in 2008. Twitter, we all know that Twitter leans right? CNN, they're pro-Trump, right? And Judd Apatow. If I'm Trump, I'd run that going, these are the people that think this ad's racist. This is why I'm fucking... He's the president. Can't he call and go, can't he order them to put it back on? Executive order. Right there, though. NBC, CNN, Twitter, Judd Apatow proves to me that it's not racist. Sarah Silverman, you want to weigh in? Jimmy Kimmel? I can't wait till your relatives are fucking mugged or raped by some of these scum, because they're heading to L.A. You're part of the woods. Please tell me what to do. My balls, they are bright blue. Yes, they are. When I was young and much more hung, life was wonderful. Peter in Los Angeles, what up, yo?
Nick, I love you. You've been fighting a good fight for 2 decades, buddy.
Yes, I have. Thank you, Peter.
I just want to make one quick point. Tomorrow when the primaries are on, the media, as you know, which is a disgrace, is going to say we're losing to try to discourage our voters from going out, especially on the West Coast. They do it every time.
Yep.
And it does affect the vote. People are less likely to go when they're losing.
This is true, sir. They
I just want to make,
but
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Pete, it didn't work, did it, November?
But I wanted to just say, CNN just a poll that the generic ballot has the Democrats up 13%, which is impossible.
Pete.
And one other last point, in the 2016 election, they were calling states like Colorado hours before Georgia, which obviously closed later,
right.
and Trump won Georgia by over 5%. Hillary won Colorado by less than 5%.
Right.
And they called Nevada, she won by 2%. They called before Utah, Trump won by 67%. She won by 2% in a bigger state, and they called that first. That's what they're going to do. Don't get discouraged. We got to go vote the House. Don't get discouraged.
All right, Pete.
That's all I wanted to say, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
We love you.
Thank you.
You're great.
Appreciate it. Why would you believe anything the media tell you? Why would you believe any of those polls after what happened in 2016, in November of 2016? Why would you believe any of it? He's right. Don't fall for it. Fucking blue wave. And if they do win, it's because they're cheating. They're already under investigation in Georgia, by the way, the Dems. What else? Frank and Beth Page. Frankie, welcome to the show.
How's it going, Nick?
Pretty good.
I wanted to bring up something. You bring up a great point before about this. When all this stuff comes out, what's right to say, what's racist, what's politically correct, where are they getting this shit from? Who are the people that are coming out saying I'm offended? It's like the whole racial thing. This is racist, that's racist. They put everybody on your heels that you're afraid to say anything. And I'd like to know where it all comes from. Does it come from the colleges? Where's it come from?
Oh, that's very, very easy. It comes from a party, or as my old caller used to say, Larry, the criminal enterprise, otherwise known as the Democrat Party, who needs the black and brown vote to stay alive. They let people like poor people, black and brown people, they rely on their vote, and they see that's the future of America. So they're the ones who are going to demonize white people as racist and shit. And you know what? Sadly enough, it works because they can control, like you said, the college campuses, the mainstream media. They look, this is a plan that's been in play for 40, 50 years. This just didn't happen when Trump got elected. And as long as they control the mainstream media, which is all the major networks, now social media, that message is going to resonate with the fucking idiots. And that's who they rely on, Frank. They rely on uninformed voters. Who do I mean by that? College kids who don't know shit about life. Immigrants who just got here who don't know anything about America. That's who they want people in prison to vote. This is who they rely on, the uneducated, the stupid. The Republicans still rely on white, educated, older folk. And that's where it's coming from. Good question. Thanks, Frank. And that's how it's been. And, Trump came along at the right time and called the media on their bullshit. Nothing's going to change until, like I said, there's more Fox News. There's more, we have Fox News and you have a handful of, radio show hosts that lean right. That's it. The rest of it, magazines, college campuses, movies, everything comes out of Hollywood is far left. We're marinating in the left-wing bullshit. So it's fucking disgusting. It's Chris, let's take Chris's call real quick, and then I'll move on to the next story. Chris, what's going on? Thank you for being a loyal listener and patron.
Oh, anytime, sir, anytime. I called today is just basically to say, reinforce the belief that this is the most important election maybe since 1860 when the country blew itself apart during the Civil War. Gee whiz, I'm losing my train of thought. Yeah, I mean, the left seems to be arranging things for one of two things, either civil war or race war with this caravan moving in from the south. I just wanted to see what you thought of those points.
All right. Thank you. Again, thanks for the support too, Chris. Well, yeah, they think they want a civil war. They think they do. But it'll be different this time, wouldn't it? Because, can anybody see my eye flickering? It's how dehydrated. I have a cramp in my eyelid. They think they want a civil war. And I'm not joking when I say this, but you see, the Civil War breaks out. All the people on my side, they don't live near a gun-free zone. Matter of fact, they are loaded to the teeth. It's the other thing my cop buddy, who was a cop in 30s, says, because you realize why there aren't revolutions in this country like third world shitholes and shit? We are armed to the teeth. There's 7 guns for every person in the United States. And you know what? I say kick it up to 10. But you're exactly right with the caravan thing. And you notice the fucking MSNBCs, the NBC, they haven't talked about the caravan at all because it's bad optics for them. And that's why they didn't put Trump's ad on. It's bad optics. That's not, I don't give a shit how Trump qualifies these people, what his opinion is. You know there's criminals, and they're not all from Guatemala and Ecuador and Mexico. There's people from the Middle East in there. I heard it on other networks, not Fox. So, it's bad optic. Between that and the Kavanaugh hearings, I really don't think there's going to be a blue wave. If they take the House, it's going to be by a fucking red CH. Ryan, do you know what that is?
Nope.
A red cunt hair. I was saying that in high school. No wonder why I don't know. Whole world was. Let's get on to some more lying left-wing cheese dicks. What's the headline here? Obama unhinged. Mocks Hillary's emails, Ebola, Trump migrant caravan in under 90 seconds. He was speaking at some, in Florida, in Miami, with Bill Nelson, Democrat, goo gobbler from Florida. And, Florida Democrat gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum, who's black. The former president tried his best to deliver a home run speech before Tuesday's midterms. Here he is. Again, most presidents, once they step down, they keep their mouth shut for a while. It's been an unwritten law, but not Obama, which makes me think that they might be a little desperate. Here's him and his horse shit.
Magically vanishes. You never hear about it again. In 2010, they said that Bill and I, we were setting up death panels to kill your grandma. Remember that? In 2014, they said, Ebola's going to kill all of us. Shut the borders.
Just your people.
In 2016, it was Hillary's emails. They were all wound up about that.
Yeah.
And the mainstream press picked up on it. This is terrible. This is a breach of security.
They're not even with them.
They don't care about that because if they did, they'd be worrying about the current president talking on his cell phone while the Chinese are listening in.
He's ordering Chinese food. All right.
They said,
yeah, he's ordering Chinese food. It's Trump. It's 3 a.m. He's getting fucking General Tso's chicken. That's why Chinese are listening. What a crock of shit. So what are you saying, Mr. Obama, that and he makes light of the Hillary emails? Well, so what? She had her own server and had classified information on it, and I was getting emails from her personal server pretending not to. But his message is that Trump's a liar and the Republicans a liar. Well, here's a little clip of Obama telling the truth.
If you like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor, period. If you like your health care plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan, period.
Both fucking lies. Yeah, Trump lies about how many people's at his inauguration. He's lying about healthcare, which is 1/5 of the economy. And we know those are fucking lies. We have empirical evidence that even the fucking libs can't disagree with. And you're calling Trump a fucking liar and the Republicans. Where do you get your balls, you Marxist, cheese-eating mother... Why do I say cheese-eating? I love cheese. I don't know how that's an insult. I had about a pound of it today. Which means I'm not going to shit till fucking December of 2019. If you don't believe he's a lie, here he is talking about the fucking emails.
Mr. President, when did you first learn that Hillary Clinton used an email system outside the U.S. government for official business while she was Secretary of State?
At the same time, everybody else learned it through news reports.
Cheryl Mills, Clinton's chief of staff at the State Department, knew the president had received work emails from Clinton's personal email address. Mills writing on March 7th, 2015, quote, "We need to clean this up. He has emails from her. They do not say state.gov.
Yeah, because they didn't come from a state.gov. They didn't come from a government computer. They came from her fucking email that somebody wired together in her fucking closet in Colorado. Can you imagine? There's proof, and he says he learned at the same time. So who's lying, Mr. Obama? I know it's part of the sport and stuff. Difference is we have proof. It's your opinion that Trump's lying about certain shit, but we have fucking empirical evidence that you're a liar. And you're out there stumping, which makes me feel good because, and I'll say this again, do you know how many legislative seats they lost under Obama in 8 years? Over 1,000 at the state level, at the fucking municipality levels, at all levels. Over 1,000. He did more damage to the Democratic Party than fucking Trump could ever do. So get out there. I hope you're flying around. I'll provide the goddamn gas for the helicopter. No, I'm not done yet. Fourth video. Again, it's the Republicans who are the liars, well, and who are stoking fear and incivility, and they exaggerate. They said, "Oh, you're gonna. What did Obama just say? We're gonna kill your grandparents with the fucking death panels and shit." Well, here's a Democrat ad when Romney was running. But it's Republicans stoking up fear and incivility and lying about everything. How dare you? Have you no shame, you Marxist ass? I think we debunked. Go ahead, chat. Go ahead, Brian.
All right, so I got 3 right here. Chris Kaufman Jr. says Obama blew up more funerals than Hamas.
Blew up more funerals.
Maybe he's talking about drone strikes? I'm not sure.
About what?
He's talking about drone strikes? I'm not sure.
Drum strikes?
Drone.
Oh, drone strike. Yeah, no. No, he makes a good point. Yeah, he was in more, and he got the Nobel Prize, yet he had us in fucking wars. Again, because, the African Americans are owed everything. Let's give him a hand job. What's the next one? Good point.
Todd Joachim. Fear of legal repercussion and social censor has castrated the American people.
Social repercussion. It's true. That's why I do what I do for a living. Because I don't fear it. It used to be encouraged in stand-up comedy because it's an art form. Unfortunately, this art form is infiltrated by nothing but lefties. That's who run show business. And they're all for groupthink. The Amy Schumers of the world, the Judd Apatow, literally cheering on groupthink and censorship. Think about that. Coming from so-called artists. That's how to flourish creativity, huh? Shut your mouth and say what we're all saying. Brilliant.
And then we got Tom Stone. Constitutional republic, not a democracy. We just have democratic processes.
Yes. Well, okay. I didn't think I had to say that. It's a constitutional republic. Exactly. It's not a pure democracy where the majority raise their hand. Good fucking point. But I thought my fans would, understand that. Either way, even in a constitutional republic, you have to, with all that liberty comes responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, we're gonna eat each other alive, like what's happening right now. But good point. If you want to get technical, good point. What else? Anything?
That's all.
Right. All good points, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. What do we got here? Armed Black Panthers lobby. Armed Black Panthers lobby for Democrat gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams. The photos show the men dressed in all black with Black Panther logo on their clothing and holding weapons. Well, that doesn't make them Black Panthers necessarily. Maybe it's the Detroit Pistons on a weekend. I don't know.
There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
Ryan Mahoney, Kemp for governor spokesman, has no doubt about the origin of the images. He said, this is the spokesman for the Republican in the race, saying, it's no surprise that militant Black Panthers are armed and patrolling the streets of Georgia for Stacey Abrams. The Black Panthers are a radical hate group with a racist and anti-Semitic agenda. They are dangerous and encourage violence against our men and women in uniform. Stacey Abrams should immediately denounce the Black Panthers and their hateful rhetoric or record of racism. She should stand against and condemn their attempts to intimidate hardworking Georgia voters just days before the election. Which I agree with, actually.
You are correct, sir.
But, that's how it's done. Hillary says we can't be civil with Republicans until we take power again. And this is their idea of being civil. Show me the Klansmen I've been hearing about. Show me the Charlottesville racists, the neo-Nazis, the white nationalists. Can you show me? Can you show me an example of that blatant type of racism on the other side? Can you? Somebody? No, you can't. You really can't. This picture was in the, national news. Again, I wonder if Hillbilly Joe Scarborough with his fucking I fuck my cousin eyes, I wonder if he talked about this or showed this on The View, this picture. Civil my ass. You know what? They think those 5 guys should go to the border and help protect the country they love so much. Should they not? Yes. Should they? Yes, they should.
You are correct, sir.
I am. Pa-pa-pa-dum, pa-pa-pa-da-pa-da-pum, pa-pa-pa-dum, fact checkers at Snopes. Snopes is the They consider themselves the bottom line, the litmus test for what's false and what's not false in social media. And they're left. They've proven they're left millions of times. Fact checkers at Snopes attempt to bail out Stacey Abrams from armed Black Panther story. Here we go.
Liar, whore, and you know it.
On Monday, a self-identified reporter for Snopes, that's in quotes reporter, Bethania Palmer, reached out to Breitbart News with a series of questions about the Black Panther report. None of the questions implies anything was inaccurate about the report. Here is her email to Breitbart News. She says, I'm a reporter from the fact-checking organization, Snopes.com. I had a couple questions about this story, the Black Panther story. Here are the questions. The story says Breitbart obtained images of Black Panthers. Where did Breitbart obtain these images from? I don't know, a phone they used to take pictures. Why does Breitbart quote the Kemp campaign with no obvious effort to get comment from the Abrams campaign? Because Abrams wouldn't return their calls? Why did Breitbart use the term lobby in the headline? I don't know. Breitbart normally takes a pro-gun stance. Does Breitbart maintain that stance when the gun owners are black? Not during a fucking election, they don't. As intimidation. They defend fucking gun owners when somebody breaks into somebody's house or somebody tries to shoot up a school. That's when they defend gun owners, you dumb bitch. Nick, why so crass? I don't know. Who exactly is this reporter who is Bethania Palmer? Just a quick glance at Palmer's Twitter account or at her history of writing for radical leftist outlet Alternate is the name of it, shows a hard leftist mentality. One quick to accuse Trump of being racist. The latest is a series of tweets attacking the president's campaign on the migrant caravan as such, or linking Trump to the Ku Klux Klan any way she can, a history dating back years. Before publishing this story, Breitbart News sent Palmer a series of questions of our own about her inquiry into us. Here's the questions Breitbart asked the girl from Snopes. Number one, why can anyone trust Snopes to be an independent authority on fact-checking when you personally are so clearly biased in favor of leftists? Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 and nothing, Bethany? Hey, fucking dead sound. Mm-hmm. Question 2 from Breitbart to the Snopes reporter. You implied in your questions to us that our story had something to do with race. The story clearly did not. What made you think that? Please be specific. Well, it's easy. I don't even know the woman's color. I'm going by her name. I know that's racist, and I'm making a judgment call. I'm guessing she's black. Bethania. Could be wrong. See if you can pull that up, Jay. It doesn't matter. Or she's a white liberal, which is worse than a person who is so far to the left of myself. Question 3. In your questions to us, you did not indicate that there was anything even close to inaccurate in our story. So again, please be specific. What exactly are you fact-checking? Number 4. Do you send similar lists of questions to outlets like the New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, and others on their reporting? Palmer has not replied to Breitbart's request for comment before publication. Why didn't she reply? Because she's a lying sack of shit who has a hate on for Trump, and this is what's considered fact-checking on social media, Snopes. Apparently, they've cornered the market. You know what you are, Snopes?
Can you stay categorically? You are fake news.
Yeah,
sir.
goddamn right. Did you find Bethany yet?
A bunch of different pictures of people named Bethany Palmer came up, so we're going to try and parse and see which ones.
Hold a second. It's not Mary Jones. I got to believe there's only one Bethany Palmer. Palmer. Palma. Not Palmer. Well, pull them up. We'll see if we can figure it out ourselves. Yeah?
Chris Kaufman Jr. again. Of the matter of Black Panthers, treason is still illegal, yes?
Only for white people. Only for like Trump. You can't accuse the Black Panthers of treason. And I mean, come on. After what their people have been through, do we find any pictures? Oh, you're right. Holy shit. Wait a minute. That's Sarah Silverman down on the left. That's her. That's Bethany Palmer. Now go back up. Yeah, go back up. Go back up. Come on. All you got to do is Google. Jason, listen to me. Bethany Palmer, Snopes. Try that. I'm going to guess. Oh, and that's what you got? I'm going with the one on the far left corner with a beard. The guy. I don't know. Go back up. Yeah, try that. Won't even show her face unless she looks like a buffet at Harrah's. Anyways. Whatever. Doesn't even matter. White liberal or a black woman.
Well, we know where she lives now, so.
Where does she live?
L.A. it says, so that narrows it down.
That's it? Give me the specific address. I'll give it out. When I was young. I didn't get to this last week real quick. But keep this in mind when you go to the polls tomorrow. Polls, excuse me, poll shows voters believe media have divided country more than Donald Trump has. Okay, so keep that in mind.
Stay categorical? You are fake news. Sir.
A morning consult poll released Monday asked 2,435 voters if Trump and the national media have done more to divide than unite the country, and the media came out the bigger loser. Even a plurality of Democrats, get that? 46% believe the media divide the country. But you know what the problem with that statement is? Yeah, they believe that Fox News divides the country. They don't really put that. 88% believe the same about Trump. 2/3 of independents, 67%, see the national media as divisive, while 54% say the same of Trump. Considering they are most often under attack by left-wing national media, NBC calls Trump supporters Nazis, it's no surprise that 80% of Republicans see the media as divisive, while only 25% say the same about Trump. The national media constantly harp about things like division and partisanship, but always do so within the context of bashing Republicans, specifically Trump. The other remarkable thing about this poll is that Trump is a politician, a position that cannot avoid a certain amount of divisiveness or divisiveness and partisanship. But our media are supposed to be neutral, which means they should be about as divisive as a baseball umpire. Exactly. But of course, the media are not. In fact, the media are the bitterest of divisive partisans, an institution desperate to divide us on race, gender, and any other classification they can conjure up. If you don't believe that, you're just fucking being intellectually dishonest, as they say. Like I said, before I was following politics, I would watch CNN and go, what are they talking about? How are they getting away with this? I wasn't even political back then. Let's go to Pat in Saratoga Springs. He's voting tomorrow, or he or she. Pat, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, hey, how you doing, Nick? Hey, I just wanted to call into your show. I am voting tomorrow, and I just wanted to maybe tell people out there to just take a look at Larry Sharp. He's running on the Libertarian ticket for governor. It looks like Cuomo is going to cruise with the downstate vote, which is unfortunate.
Yes.
That happens every time.
Yes.
I'm from upstate New York, and I just want to remind people, 1.5 million people have left upstate New York in the last 10 years. A lot of my friends have left. They've headed down south for greener pastures, and it's pretty bleak up here. So just maybe remember that. I know Ryan there is from Westchester, and he'll be voting for Emperor Cuomo. But he's hit us pretty hard with taxes, the SAFE Act. Sharp has some different ideas for that kind of stuff. Legalizing marijuana, maybe cutting the minimum wage so people can get work experience. And all right, I just wanted to say, just give that a thought, and I'll hope for the best for tomorrow. So.
All right, you're welcome. Larry Sharp. Never heard of him. But it is true. You go upstate, that's what's amazing. I've done gigs up there. You see Trump signs, all over upstate. But the problem is there's one house every 400 miles. But, as usual, all the cosmopolitan city areas are where all the fucking libs. Now the big fight for this midterm thing is supposedly the suburbs. I kept reading articles where they're turned off. Suburban voters who might have liked Trump, they're turned off by this immigration caravan push. That's turning them off. Well, really? That's how he got elected in the first place. What the fuck? You just realize that now? He's strong on borders? It's you suburban white housewives who weaken the nation every time you think. There, I said it. Especially outside of Philly. You know why? Because you sit home and you watch The View. And the commercials that run during The View. The paint all fucking guys is retarded and white men. And you've let it seep in. And you watch The View and Wendy Williams and fucking Oprah for 30 years. Who had a bigger fan base than Oprah? Fucking white suburban housewives. Wake up. Leave the fucking house. Leave your Pilates class. Fucking, when you get done dropping off your kids at the faggy soccer game, why don't you go home and fucking read a paper or listen to Mark Levin? Wake up. Wake up, white women. There's something wrong with a white woman's mind. There's something wrong with her mind. Suburban white woman. Huh? Okay, we'll save it at the end of the show. Thank you, Ryan, so much. Next. Here's a little girl. I bet you she lives in the suburbs somewhere, and her feminist mom has already got her hating men. 8-year-old girl gets Kellogg's to change sexist cereal packaging. We have a quote from her. She did a school play.
My vagina's angry. It is. It's pissed off.
Yeah, cut it out. For 8-year-old Dalia Lee, the picture on the back of the Kellogg's Nutri-Grain cereal box just wasn't right. There were only male athletes doing awesome sporty stuff. Where are the girls? This budding feminist thought. Like that's a compliment to call an 8-year-old girl a budding. That's like saying a cunt in training. This nasty bitch is in training. I'm not calling her that. She's a cute little girl. I'm just saying her mother is a professional. But look, you think she's going to really fucking like boys in another few years? After she listened to her mother sitting there during the day watching the Kavanaugh hearings and throwing her dirty slippers at Kavanaugh's face and calling him every anti-male slur in the book. She said there are only male athletes doing awesome sports, so she wrote Kellogg's a letter asking just that. There are only pictures of boys doing something awesome. Why can't girls be on the back? Kellogg's responded, sorry, and this is a Kellogg's quote, sorry you did not like this particular product. We hope you find other products of ours that you can enjoy. They wrote back. I agree partly with the little girl. But why can't the little girl look up at guys doing awesome shit and say, I want to do that too? Well, because there's girls dunking basketball. No, there aren't, actually. They try to. So have them look up to the one who can dunk a basketball behind his head. That would be more of an inspiration than a girl who can't reach the rim, is my point. I'm just saying she's too young to be politically indoctrinated either way. Can you let her be a child? You think she got like that by herself? Seriously, you don't think her mom's a raging, man-hating machine with a goatee? Cute little girl. And she's right. There are female athletes. But don't, you know what you do? What's your name? Dalia, whatever. Change cereals. Because Wheaties have had women on the box. Mary Lou Retton. What are the girls? The tennis girls' sisters?
Williams sisters.
The Williams sisters. So I understand you, but I like Kellogg. Okay, I understand that. But you can go down the fucking cereal aisle and see pictures of the Williams sisters and everybody else. Don't pretend it's just one box of cereal. You know my point. You're too young to be an activist, to be pointing out misogyny, in my opinion. I blame your mom. You're a cute little girl, and you probably will be president someday and a surfer. I don't know. Ryan, however, this guy.
What about this guy?
Nothing. I got nothing. I was swinging. Listen. But what kind of mother serves their little girl Kellogg's Nutri-Grain anyway? What, is she watching her weight at 8 years old? You know, that ass is getting a little big. If you want to catch a man, you gotta... She says, this is a little girl saying, listen to that anger in her voice. She's 8. This is not fair. We need to change it. They only have boys doing amazing things like welding and fixing bicycles and building skyscrapers on the box. No. Surfing the biggest waves or skateboarding upside down. Girls can do that as well as boys. Not as well. They can do it. They just not as well as... That's a false statement. If your mom's telling you do it better than guys, you can't. The best surfers in the world are male. I will put my left nut on it. The best skateboarders in the world. This is rare. Can you guys turn my headphones down? I'm deafening myself here. And I know that's my fault. More. Right there. Thank you. And words mean something. Now bring just a hair. You guys have a heavy trigger finger. Just a little bit right there. Ryan, I don't know why you... all right. We don't have to think one is better than the other. We are both humans, and we are the same if you look at it in a positive way. Well, no, if you look at it in a not truthful way. Delilah, or whatever your name is. What?
We found a Wheaties box if you want to check it out.
Go ahead. Pull up a Wheaties box. Well, that's sort of making her point. I don't know. That's going to confuse the kid. She'll stop eating cereal and start eating eggs and smoking cigars at breakfast after you. No, show me a female on a Wheaties box. If you want to make my point, producer, pull it up. Yeah, there you go. There's Carmela Soprano taking a fucking tennis lesson. You got another one? Here you go. Who the hell's that? Who is it?
It says Kim Rodenbaugh.
Oh, yeah, Kim Rodenbaugh.
You know.
A big welder. Anyways, Kellogg's finally came to the party, hearing Delilah's passion. We've decided that we will update the pack imagery with images of both females and males so that we can continue to inspire all Aussies. Oh, she's a little Australian, no matter their gender, Kellogg said. See what happens when you bring up race or gender? An 8-year-old girl can make a fucking multinational company cave. Just spineless. I like the first response. Enjoy some of our other products. Try the brown rice there, Delilah. The Kellogg Brussels sprouts. They've pledged to roll out the change in 2019. Lee single-handedly changed the mind of a huge company. She said that now girls won't automatically think they can't do it. My sisters never did. Don't go buy Kellogg's boxes to decide what you can and can't do. There's lesson number 1. Go buy the tampon commercial. Apparently you put on a tampon, you can ride a horse, a motorcycle, you can fucking lay bricks. Again, my bigger point is she obviously grew up under a mom who just has a chip on her shoulder about guys. You don't grow up with those thoughts. They're planted in your head. I'm glad, Delilah, they answered you back and they're going to change the pictures. But again, try Count Dracula or Chocula. 700 grams of sugar. It's like doing cocaine like your mom does. Give it a shot.
You can tell that's my favorite cereal.
Count Chocula?
Oh, hell yeah.
Is it?
I used to only eat the marshmallows.
Yeah, I don't find that hard to believe. There might have been some stunting of brain growth there, but yes, it's delicious. I was a big, Jesus. Corn Pops. I couldn't stop with Corn Pops. Oh, my goodness. I used to like Captain Crunch, but it ripped up the roof of my mouth. I'd be spitting blood. It's like eating fucking 4-H sandpaper. Right, Chase?
Oh, yeah.
I used to think like this. Yeah, Captain Crunch is delicious. Finally tonight on Meet the Press. I hope I didn't say anything wrong about the little girl because she's cute and she has a purpose in life. I don't like to see kids getting that political that early. That was my big point. Georgia high school marching band spells out racial slur Parents demand expulsion. What is wrong with these fuckers?
Why is everyone so fucking stupid? Why aren't more people intelligent like me?
Marching band members at a Georgia high school are facing disciplinary action after spelling out the word coon. They can't even put it in the article. They put C-N. I don't think it's can. That's not offensive. Instead of their team's name during a halftime show at Friday Night Football game, musicians from Brookwood High School in Gwinnett County inexplicably arranged themselves during its game against Lakeside High School to spell out the racist term using instrument covers that are typically assembled to display the words Broncos in reference to the school's mascot, according to a letter to students and parents from the school's principal. For those of you who have attended our games, this is a principle. You may have noticed that the sousaphones. Does anybody know what a sousaphone is? Jason? No?
I think it's like halfway between a trombone and
a brass instrument similar to a tuba. Wear covers in the stands to show school spirit, the principal wrote in a letter, which was obtained by the newspaper. The covers spell out Broncos, and some of them feature a Bronco mascot. Last night, during what was already a very busy senior night, we experienced several personnel changes that resulted in our band director not being on the field when the band took the field. With that in mind, when the sousaphone players took the field, they did not follow band rules in normal practice, and instead they left the covers on their instruments. The students involved will now be disciplined. So the covers spelled out the word coon, which is really fucking retarded and fucking racist. Not only was the appearance of this term during a halftime show hurtful and disrespectful to audience members, it also is disappointing as it does not reflect the standards and beliefs of our school and community, blah, blah, blah. We know that. You're bold enough on senior night. That means your parents and grandparents are there. You're bold enough to spell those words and stay long enough to have everyone take pictures. Mother Sean Myers. She's the mother of a black student. That's not right. Here's a video of Miss Myers talking.
Tonight, after members of a Gwinnett County high school band used a racial slur during their halftime performance. Now, this right here is a blurred out image of that slur.
Yeah, members of the Brookwood High School band used the letters of their mascot, the Broncos, to spell something derogatory and offensive. Fox 5's Alexa Leaco is joining us live tonight from Brookwood High School.
Guys, I just need the woman. I did not send you this, did I? Unless I said take it from and you took the whole clip.
Other parents we spoke with say they don't know or care if this was a senior prank. It's still hurtful and racist.
Right. Haven't heard it in years. You know, it's to belittle black people. It's an insult. It's just like saying the N-word. Okay, but it's worse because this is coming from students in a public high school.
I agree.
The school's principal responded in an email Saturday night saying the band members went against band rules. Those letters should not have been used during the performance at all. He says the band's director was not on the field during the show.
Where they just won an award with this formation. They just had a competition. It's no way. But besides that, let's deal with the fact that the letters were not supposed to be on the sousaphones anyway. Nobody went to stop it. Nobody interrupted the song. They played the whole song out. You know, how is this allowed?
Myers says her son is uncomfortable going back to school, so she wants the students behind this to take ownership for their actions.
I want them expelled. I will not stop until they are expelled. They do not need to be back in that school until they learn that everybody is there, regardless of what color or what race. Same purpose, to get an education.
Amen. All right. Which I agree, but here's the twist to the story. Here's where liberals and why anytime the story's on the news, whether it's local, national, here's where they put the twist on it. She also said, Mrs. Myers, the black woman, said, I don't even know if this is a black-white issue because my understanding is a couple of them were not white. So they just did something that was wrong and they need to be held accountable. Why wasn't that in the interview? Well, we know why. It doesn't fit the media's, the fucking liberal mindset, the liberal narrative when it comes to race stories. So not all the students that did that, but if you watch that, you'd walk away thinking that it was just all white students and it was a racist thing. Why wasn't that included? She even admitted that some of them were students of color. Not that it makes it fucking right or anything, but why not include that? Give a little balance to the story. Why? Because it wouldn't paint that narrative that all people are racist, white people. Just in that story alone. And the New York Post is supposed to be the right-wing paper in New York. Every day they have a headline of a white person doing something allegedly racist. And that's the right-wing paper here in New York. They're unrelenting. So include the whole quote. Otherwise, you're misleading people, which is what you want. Isn't it? Right before the midterms, whatever. That is it. We got a what? Chat, Brian? Go ahead.
One more. It's a little bit much. Northern Jackalope. I would like to know who allowed that little bitch from SNL on air, mocking a soldier who lost an eye. I don't know what this means. Hashtag SNL soy boy.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I saw the headline. I don't watch SNL, and like I said, huge SNL fan. Even when it sucked, I still like the format. I saw some of it, some of the clip. I didn't see that mocking a military guy that lost an eye. Well, what's soy boy, whatever your name? Does it really surprise you? It's coming out of SNL on NBC, and how they've treated Trump since he got elected. Let's not be shocked at it. I don't know who it was because I didn't watch the clip.
I got the quote.
Okay. Well, we want to know who did it.
It was Pete Davidson.
Oh, Pete Davidson, biracial. What did he say?
This guy's kind of cool, Dan Crenshaw. You may be surprised to hear he's a congressional candidate from Texas and not a hitman in a porno movie. David said with a laugh, I'm sorry, I know he lost his eye or in the war or whatever. That's it.
Thanks for being so specific with you.
No, he said whatever.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's Pete Davidson, biracial kid who I met him in comedy clubs and I kind of like the kid, but yeah, well, he has to play the game now, doesn't he? Because he's part of SNL and he's part of the arts and whatever. But let me cut some slack to Pete Davidson. He lost his dad in the towers in 9/11 and made a joke about it on the roast. So he's not afraid of whatever. But yeah, no, talk about punching down, going after a military guy that lost his eye. By the way, on what, Veterans Day, week, or whatever, coming up soon. But yeah, he did a joke about his dad. I don't even remember what it was, but go watch those about his fucking, oh boy. Anyways, shouldn't surprise you. Anyways, thank you guys so much. And again, remember the new tiers and Patreon has to get this shit together. I'm actively shopping, looking around to put this show elsewhere. I don't want to, and Patreon's been, they provided a format, but they're very liberal people running a business, so it doesn't surprise me. It's not their forte, but when it starts cutting into their bottom line and my bottom line and everything, well, I mean, it's only money, I guess, to them. It doesn't matter. Anyhow, so yeah, be patient with us. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, you think it, I will say it. You're so welcome, and we'll see you patrons tomorrow on Patreon. For the rest of you, take care of this, and we'll talk to you later. And vote tomorrow. Vote Republican.